Good evening, YouTube. You guys are now watching another segment of TheCaliEffect, King of Games, and today you guys are going to be watching a duel between Altergeist, Invoked, and 60-card Infernoid. Now, this should be a really fun match to watch for deck profile madness, and if you guys want to see duels and deck profiles within the side of the circuit break set, so any archetype or strategy that has received some type of support inside of the set, then go ahead and post down below in the comment section. More importantly, let's get this video to as many likes as possible. That's right, 100 likes will be a precedent for the Infernoid deck profile. For the people that want to see the Invoked Altergeist deck profile, then click on this link above. That's going to take you directly to the Altergeist Infernoid deck profile. As you guys are going to see, Altergeist is going to start off with a nice board, activating Protocol and Camouflage on top of Mr. Meeseeks. When Mr. Meeseeks inflicts damage to the opponent, you are allowed to send a card from the field to the graveyard. Also, more importantly, when Mr. Meeseeks himself is sent to the graveyard, you can search one Altergeist monster from your deck to your hand. So this could put Infernoids at a pretty bad position going first. So Fire King Arvata is going to be summoned, and since Camouflage does protect Mr. Meeseeks, it also does not prevent the monster from being or from the opponent from attacking directly. And then 1800 damage is going to be inflicted to Altergeist, and then a passage of turn is going to activate. Mr. Meeseeks is going to attack, inflicting 500 damage, and then activating its effect to send Arvata to the graveyard. Arvata is going to probably chain its effect to prevent, or no, why actually Arvata is just going to go right to the graveyard. That's kind of crazy. Missing the chance for Arvata to activate its effect could be pivotal. So now going on into Infernoid's turn, let's see how they're going to beat this deadly board of a 500 attack monster that can continually pester her life points and negate the activation of effect monsters. So Decatron is going to be summoned and met with the Altergeist Protocol, destroying the Camouflage on the field. Putting Infernoid monsters in the graveyard, it might be pretty good, but also looking at the drawback, not being able to special summon or activate Decatron's effects might be pretty bad as well. So Infernoid Seismist is going to be summoned, and that's going to attack directly for 2600 since Protocol already uses effect once per turn, or no, it's going to attack over the Mr. Meeseeks. And then since since Seismist did use this effect to inflict damage, Protocol is going to be banished, putting Altergeist at a pretty bad position. Both of their traps are now dead. It's going to be interesting to see how this matchup is going to shape up now that Infernoids do have control of it. So Magical Meltdown is going to be activated, but Ash Blossom is going to be chained to the Magical Meltdown. Just judging by how Altergeist went about their way, you can probably assume that they didn't have any of the monsters, seeing that Mr. Meeseeks was equipped. So Ash Blossom in a Magical Meltdown probably was a good choice. 2 back row is going to be set for Altergeist, and then a patches to turn back to Infernoids. Let's see how they can capitalize on this board. So another Protocol and another Camouflage. Unfortunately, this does not prevent from attacking directly. So Left Arm Offering is going to be activating, banishing both Void Imagination and Burial from a Different Dimension, milling, I believe, what I would believe is a grand total of 20 cards from Infernoid's deck. That is a whole lot of cards to be sending to the graveyard, and it's probably going to give Infernoids a huge advantage, if not game. The biggest mistake was activating Camouflage with only 4100 attack or life points, and then allowing Infernoids to have a huge board. I guess unless you didn't see the grass was greener, it wasn't a terrible decision, but the fact that the grass is greener was activated, the odds of another big Infernoid monster with targets being in the graveyard is going to be pretty high. So grass is going to be activated, sending 20 cards from the deck to the graveyard. The only thing we're really looking for is 2 Infernoids and 1 big Infernoid monster. So there's the Deviati, there's another Deviati, and then there is also I want to call not Onuku, Antondo being sent to the graveyard. So that should be enough to summon the second Infernoid monster and go for game. Infernoids is going to get game 1, provided that the play is made. So thinking about what could happen, Protocol could use this effect to negate the activation of effect monster, but Infernoid monsters, their summoning doesn't activate their effects. So anyways, it's only once per turn, and there were enough Infernoid monsters to summon another Antondo anyway. So back to game 2, we're going to see how Altergeist are going to rebound from this game. And trust me guys, if you guys think you see a lot of shuffling now, imagine all the editing I do, and I do take away a lot. And when I mean a lot of shuffle, I mean these decks get shuffled, all right? Like shuffled. So now looking into the matchup, we're going to see that Infernoid does have the advantage by summoning bigger monsters, but Invoked might have a little bit of tricks on his own. Using Spellbook, Little Boy Magician of Prophecy to search Secret and Secrets to search Power could give the deck the boost that it needs to draw some cards that they need to get into the deck. The only downside of using cards like Secrets and Power against the 60 card Infernoid deck is if Grass is activated, you dug into your deck 2 more cards, which means that's 2 more cards that could be milled by Infernoid to get deeper into their strategy. So that is the drawback of playing cards like that against the Infernoid strategy. So trying to figure out what Altergeist are going to do. Looks like they're going to pass their turn. Not necessarily a great hand. The Grass is Greener is going to be open. That is nasty good. Oh no! Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring to prevent the Grass is Greener. So very lucky on very lucky on the Altergeist part, or very fortunate on the Altergeist part, that Grass was negated by Ash Blossom, or it would have been a pretty nasty game. It possibly would have been game. So Charger Light Brigade is going to be activated to add Raiden. Raiden is going to be summoned to send 2 cards from the deck to the graveyard, and then an additional 2 cards. That's pretty good at being able to send cards from the deck to the graveyard. Now, if you think about it, Charger Light Brigade sent 3 cards, Raiden sends 2 cards, and then an additional 2 cards on the end phase. That is a total of 7 cards from the deck. That is more than 10% of the deck. So Raiden is a pretty good card in that aspect, being able to load the graveyard. And as you guys can see, a Fairy Tale Snow is going to be put into the graveyard. So that just might be what Infernoids need to stop the next combo. So Magical Meltdown is going to be successfully activated with no Ash Blossom to retaliate to the Magical Meltdown. This is the first time I think we've seen Magical Meltdown being activated. And that's going to go ahead and grant the Alistair the Invoker. And it's going to be really interesting to see if Alistair and Invoker effect is able to get off, because if it is, then this might be some trouble for Invoked, or I'm sorry, for Infernoid. So to Invoke's turn, there's probably Alistair, I'm pretty sure is going to be summoned. No, Marionetta is going to be summoned. I don't even think he searched for the Alistair. No, he's going to set the protocol. That's kind of interesting that the field spell card was activated. I'm pretty sure he's going to correct it later on in the video, but that just might have been even better. No, an invocation is already activated, and that's kind of crazy. So there was already an invocation in the hand of Altergeist Invoke, so that's pretty good. Spellbook of Knowledge is going to be activated to grant 2 additional cards. So that's interesting to see how that's going to happen. And basically, since Grass is already banished, they are completely free of you know, any type of bad plays, if you guys would say. So Invocation is going to be activated to banish the Fairy Tale Snow. Wow, now Fairy Tale Snow could have activated its effect to summon itself, but it looks like it would have had to get rid of some Infernoid monsters. So the Fairy Tale Snow is just going to be lost through the Invoked Macabre being summoned, and that's not good at all. Not good. But the only good thing that Infernoids can take from this is that Invocation won't be able to activate its effect to add the Alistair, seeing that it's in the graveyard. You guys gotta excuse me. I got a kind of a bad cough going right now. Not 100% sure what it's from. I'm pretty sure I'm not sick. But to the game, Macabre is going to attack into the Raiden, preventing the Raiden from milling additional cards, but it's probably okay. Let's see if Invoked, or let's see if Infernoids can make a comeback on the Macabre. Alright, so looking at what it does, I don't think, in thought, you know, Infernoids or Aliasters, or I'm sorry, Invoked Altergeist should not have another invoked monster in hand. So Seismus is going to be summoned. We're just going to go off of basically what should have happened, not what would have happened. I'm pretty sure there was a search of the Alistair or the Invoker, and Seismus is going to go ahead and try to get over to Macabre possibly, or maybe some other things are going to be summoned to get rid of the Macabre. Trying to figure out what's the end game of this deck, or what is this deck going to do to get over the Macabre? Because right now the Seismus is bigger than the Macabre, but we already know that there's an invoked monster in the graveyard. So Burial is going to be activated to shuffle cards from the graveyard to the deck. And is Macabre going to chain? Is Macabre going to use anything? Yes, it is. It's going to negate the Burial from a different dimension by discarding Spellbook of Knowledge. So Desires is going to be activated, and that's going to immediately banish 10 cards for cost. That could be, oh no, just when we thought that could be exactly with Infernoids needed. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring is going to be activated to the Pot of Desires. That is really nasty right there. So the Macabre to negate the Burial, the Ash Blossom to negate the Desires. Infernoid is not looking real nice right now. Not enough monsters to summon another Infernoid monster because of the Burial being negated. So this is not a good spot for Infernoids at all. So Raiden's going to be summoned, and Raiden's possibly going to activate its effect, knowing that Macabre can't negate it anymore. That's going to send a Patrula. That's one step away towards summoning an Infernoid monster. Seismus is going to attack, and then Alistair is going to be discarded from the hand to the graveyard to destroy Seismus. Now we're at 63-63 even. Raiden's probably going to pass, or it's probably, Inferno's are probably going to pass their turn, sending 2 additional cards from the deck to the graveyard. One of them having to be Fairy Tale Snow, or should I say Berry Tale Snow. This card's, I mean, it's just popping up all over the place. The only problem with Fairy Tale Snow is that if it summons itself right now, it doesn't really provide any help other than getting banished by the Macabre. And it can be used for defense and not using its effect, but then Macabre, like, you know, it really doesn't do anything. So back to the Infernoids. Let's see what they can do. Possibly a summon of an Infernoid monster, hopefully. Looks like Patrula's going to be banished. And Anuku's going to be banished. 2 special summons Seismus again. Perfect. Seismus is back on the field. That's going to be able to get rid of the Macabre and be able to banish a card from the field. So Infernoids are in a pretty good spot right now, being able to banish the Protocol and get rid of the Macabre. This game might be back into the Infernoids' favor. So another Magical Meltdown is going to be activated. Meltdown's going to get Alester the Molester. He's going to summon himself possibly to add the Invocation from the deck to the hand. Let's see what's going to happen. That second monster summon is so important to the Altergeist deck, that being able to summon, you know, a Molester or Alester and you know, or Marionette, or, you know, just being able to summon multiple monsters could be pivotal to the matchup. Also, there is Conquiri, Altergeist Conquiri that prevents attacks. There's Silquetos, you know, Halucha that you know, bounces monsters. This deck could be in a very good position. So Alester the Invoker is going to be summoned to search the Invocation, and then Invocation is probably going to be activated. And unfortunately, I don't think Infernoids didn't even decide to chain the Fairy Tale Snow, because now it can use the Fairy Tale Snow as fusion. It's very unfortunate that Fairy Tale Snow wasn't chained, but it might have not mattered. I'm not sure how Fairy Tale Snow could have helped. Invocation is going to activate itself. Or no, it's going to banish Alistair in the graveyard. That's perfect. So Macabre is going to be summoned. And now you're looking at a legitimate threat. You really are. Macabre with a huge damage. You can't really tribute the Infernoid monster right now. Can you? Can you risk tributing the Infernoid monster? If you had the Fairy Tale Snow, then yes, tributing the Infernoid monster would have been good. So now Magical Dimension is going to be activated. That's going to get rid of the Seismus anyway, so you might as well use its effect to banish the Invocation, because it really didn't matter. So yeah, we're going to banish the Invocation with the Seismus. And that, no, whoa, what the hell's going on? That Alester should not have been added to hand. Oh, you sneaky you. Okay, all right, there you go. It was already replaced. There you go. I was like, that was sneaky. Altergeist getting on with this cheeky sneaky. So 3,500 damage is going to be used, putting Infernoids down to 2,000. Let's see what Infernoids can do. Can they surmount a comeback, or are we forcing a game 3? It's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. No, it looks like we're forcing a game 3. That was a pretty exciting game. Infernoid versus Altergeist has been a matchup that people did not even see coming, but it's definitely an exciting matchup to watch. Opening up is going to see Altergeist starting off with Fire King Avatar Arvata, and Arvata is a very strong card starting off first because it prevents monster effects. Ash Blossom is going to be chained to the Terraforming, so that can make you want to eat your heart out. That's pretty bad for the Altergeist Invoked. So Mr. Meeseeks is going to attack himself directly in 5,500 and try to get over the Arvata. Arvata's probably going to use this effect to destroy the Mr. Meeseeks. Mr. Meeseeks is going to go ahead and gain its effect to search a Altergeist monster from the deck to the hand, which is going to be Halucha. So looking at the Infernoids in-game, they don't necessarily seem to have any cards to mill from the deck to the graveyard. Probably a Charger Light Brigade to raid and to get them going, but it doesn't look like any of that's going to be summoned or activated at this current point in time. So Arvata, no, Seismus is going to be banished to summon Petrula, and Petrula is going to be used to destroy the face down, which is a camouflage. That actually could have been used to help Inferno, or not Inferno, to help Altergeist. But now 1800 damage is going to be attacked or dealt to the Altergeist. Petrula can't attack because it used its effect, but it's now back to Altergeist to see if they can surmount, because this is not necessarily a strong board. This is a pretty weak board. Spellbook of Wisdom, or Spellbook of Secrets to Spellbook of Knowledge. And Knowledge just look like it's ready to roll. Infernoid Invoked is going to be activated, but Arvata is going to be chained. Maybe thinking that, you know, Invoked couldn't get over the Arvata, or that Arvata was only once while it's face up. No, Arvata is, as long as you control a fire monster, once per turn you can destroy a fire monster in your hand or field to gain the effect of Arvata. So this is really putting Invoked in a very bad position. Damage is going to be inflicted, 2600 damage. Is this game over? Can Invoked come up with some other play? No, another fire monster is destroyed. It wasn't the Petrula, and it looks like we are going into game. Infernoids are going to win the match. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. I really hope you guys have enjoyed these videos. Be sure to like. I need 100 likes to make sure we get you guys that Infernoid Deck Profile, that 60 card Infernoid Deck Profile. Also, go ahead and comment what you guys want to see. We're going to probably do one more game before Battle of the Gods. Battle of the Gods is going to be Zodiac versus Spiral. Really hope you guys enjoyed that game. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy.